the way that we're going to set this up, I tend to find that it ends up being really useful against people that, like when you get into a guard position, they just kind of sit here like this and they're really trying to stay square. Like if you ever go against wrestlers, a lot of times they do this. If you go against people that maybe aren't so, like, they don't necessarily care about passing the guard and they want to just sit here like this. This happens a lot. They push in the biceps. Sometimes you'll get people grabbing on your head like this and just squeezing as tight as possible. This tends to be something I'll look for, okay? So we're gonna create an angle on them. What I'm looking for to set this whole thing up is like just basically one of two things. One, if I can get underneath of his arm here. This, like if someone ever hooks under your head, this is a perfect way to set it up because we can start to switch and create our angle and begin to attack. Or if you can get this hand to somehow get off of your body somewhere on the mat here. Like, so if this hand touches the mat anywhere, if we crunch to it, you can attack it, okay? And so again, if you ever have someone hugging your head, you should be thankful because this is a gimme for you. And also you can do this from butterfly guard too. A lot of times if I'm in butterfly guard, going back to like the wrestling thing, that's just what things would happen. Guys would grab onto the neck here, like just grab like collar tie right here. Like this happens all the time, and this is a great opportunity to shoot into it and grab, okay? Just a heads up. One of the ways a lot of times, like if his hands are here on me, a lot of times I can do some simple stuff like just literally just pulling him in on one side, doubling up on the collar. I'll even sometimes double up on this piece of material here and pull in and try to knock him off balance. Not because I'm trying to sweep him right now, but just because I want that to happen, because now if that happens, I can catch, right? Then I do my side crunch and I get this hand here. And what I'm trying to do when I do this is I'm trying to get over top of the shoulder, and I want to get my thumb facing down so I can really tighten up that shoulder position here, and then bring my head to the elbow. And then from here, my hands lock in position to keep his face from being able to center back up. At this point, I can start to wiggle my body around to set this arm lock up, okay? You can also do this in the nogi where he's here, this kind of thing. And like I said, you can even set it up like with like a weak, like scissor sweep grip. I'll hold a weak grip here that I want him to like let go of, or that I'll let go of as soon as he starts to pull away. And basically just pull my knees into the chest and start to rock him over just to try to get that to happen. And as soon as his hand touches, bring my head to the elbow, hands in, and I can start to shift, okay? So from here, what we'll do right now is we'll focus on the gi, and we'll do this arm lock, all right? So I'll go cross collar. And again, whenever we go for the cross collar, I open, feed, get a deep grip here, across the neck. A lot of times I see people like holding cross collars here. And if there's a reason why you're doing it, maybe you're like Tim and's gonna set someone up with a baseball choke, that's fine. But when we're trying to control someone's posture, I want it up here. Because this is the same thing as this, right? This is controlling the neck, this is controlling the neck. This is not, okay, this is too shallow. So what we do this is open and try to get my fingers in the tag. And then from here, you could, open your legs if you have to, but you should be able to pull in just a bit. And what I'm gonna do is try to rock him off of his base and then pull him over to the side just a little bit here. And so the way that you can do this, a lot of times just to sort of make the person feel off balance, is just cup the arm lightly. I'm not really gonna like hold it tight. I want him to reach out, right? So from here, I hold just a little bit so it feels like I'm going for something. And as I pull in, I'll push up with my elbow and rock my knees up just to get him to put that hand on the mat for a second. As soon as it happens, rock your head or do a side crunch here, bring your head to the elbow, arm over top with the thumb going right around the shoulder joint, hands will gable grip up. Okay, and I have that form right across the face so that this way he doesn't square up, because if he squares up on me, I lose my position, right? So I want to get this here. From here, I'll shift, and I want to get to where I'm at right now, where this leg is going to go right over top of the shoulder. The knee is right at the, like, here's the actual shoulder, the deltoid right here. The knee's right over top of that. This far leg over here is not just laying flat on the ground. The foot is wedged right into his hip to make sure I can maintain space and control distance. So for instance, if I get to this position and I'm a little bit too close, I can really use this far leg to push his hips back to get a little bit further away, and vice versa. Now to finish, here's the way I like to finish this thing. When I get ready to come up, I like to get my hand, and I'm going to, right now his arm is bending in this direction, right? So the bend of his arm is right here. I'm gonna try to get my middle finger wrapped around here. I'm cupping his elbow and I'm grabbing the inside of his arm here, okay? From here, I grab it, and with two hands, I'm gonna rotate so that now his thumb's facing this direction, and I'm going to pull down. It's a much faster catch than if I get here and I just start to, I can do it, but it's a lot more difficult. By doing this, we're rotating everything, and now I'm gonna shoot my head up and pull this down. And at the same time, I'm kind of crunching to create space so I can pull the elbow down, all right? If the person was holding my head, you can try this one as well, like right here, because a lot of people that are either untrained or for whatever reason, if they come from another grappling sport where they're holding the head here, it's another way to get into it. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get our form across the face, get that catch in the shoulder, and then make our shift out to the side, and it's the same thing. And again, to finish, make sure that our knees are pinching right over top the shoulder so it's isolated. So my knee's here, this knee's here, raise up just a little bit. And again, that bottom leg is right here on the hip. To finish, grab it, rotate the shoulder around. You should have the person's elbow right into the palm of your hand. And then again, I wanna have this little groove here. It sits right on my neck. It's like built for it. It just like sort of falls right into place. And then from here, pull down and shoot up at the same time. Last time, you guys will practice. This angle here a little bit more. There we go. So, good grip here, holding on the side, pulling in, knocking off bounce, catch. Then finish. Okay. Questions?
That top leg, are you trying to focus on keeping it further up on his back? Or are you pinching down on the shoulder any with it? Or
So, I'm trying to bring that knee. So the bottom knee is like underneath, right in the chest of the shoulder, right below the shoulder, and this one's right over top of the shoulder. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have both my knees right here so that we're isolating this part of the body. So we're here. When I get to this position here, my knees are kind of pinching here, and it's just tight because I don't want him to raise up right here. So as I'm here, I keep this tight, and this leg just throws right over top, and I have that knee right over top of his shoulder there. That's where I'm aiming for it. There's a lot of stuff you could do from this position, so you're welcome to play around with it. Obviously, we've created an angle here, so I can start to set up an omoplata. I can start to fight out and go for triangles. That stuff's all there. One of the ones I like using, and I used it a few times this weekend when I was traveling, it's like one of those moves like pop back into the game, was a corkscrew armbar from here. So I get this arm locked in, and let's say maybe it's like a bendy, you can't quite finish it, or maybe you just, for whatever reason, you're having trouble finishing the position. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my top arm. So before the bottom arm was the one that we were really working with. This time it's gonna be the top arm. I'm gonna grab right around the bend of his arm. And you can do this on your forehead, but I'm a big guy, I'm 200 plus pounds, so I tend not to do that too often. So I'm gonna do like sort of the fat boy roll through. So I'm gonna take my bottom arm, I'm gonna come out and post it on the mat. So my elbow's posted. My bottom leg is now gonna drop, and I'm going to push up on it, and I wanna begin to rotate. Now my goal is gonna be to bring my shin right across his side of his face and bring my knee to the ground. And at the bottom here, I'm gonna pinch my knees here. And then from here, I'm gonna slide back and rotate through. Now he will more than likely do a roll on me. As he rolls, I'll grab the leg and then pinch. And you got a nice corkscrew armbar. And again, you can finish like this. If for some reason you have trouble, you can always put the leg back in front. That motion real quick though, okay, it's real simple. So we're here, we're in this position. I'm switching from the bottom to the top arm being the grabber. Come up. If you notice how I come up, I don't just lean up here. I bring my arm in line with the body, up, so I can get into the position. I push, and then bring the legs down. And when you're here, you gotta use the Suzanne Sommer like thigh master muscles and pinch the knees together and slide through, okay? So from here, go through the whole sequence again. We create our base here, get them all balanced in some way, shape, or form. Grab, push, here, move into position here. And then from here, maybe we're having trouble finishing it. We're gonna grab at the top. Catch. Again, just with the knee armbar, this time, making sure that I'm controlling the wrist here. So I like to grab right to the meat of the thumb, give me a little good bite to make sure his thumb's facing up, okay? Or to the side, or wherever I wanna go against it, okay? One more time. See, this time he grabbed on my head, he was just like hugging me right here, okay? Create your frame, get out, to the side, hug, up, switch.